put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You bring us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. And this morning we are discussing a casting call by Baby Thorne Studios. And this morning we have none other than Mr. Andre Thorne, who is the producer of Baby Thorne Studio. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Man, you're well dressed this morning for me, man.
Well, I try my best. And today is my birthday, so I'm celebrating a great day also, being here with you all.
Yeah, man. Well, perhaps you need to teach me how to try. But you know, I want to ask you about your organization and what is called is about.
Okay, well, as you said, I'm Andre Thorne, the owner of Baby Thorne Productions, and what we have been doing for many years is gathering talented young people who may not have the backings financially or anybody able to teach them what they need to know about production and singing and entertaining to get them into an actual job opportunity as an entertainer. So this is not one of these go into a studio and sing one song and then leave. No, we don't do that. What we do a holistic training. We train you how to perform, how to do interviews, and then we send you on jobs. We are the #1 entertainment company for hotels and villas and stuff like that. They hire us to get entertainers to do entertainment for them.
All right, good. So, but what inspired this initiative? Is it that you all are now coming back into the market, or is it that you all are out of our persons to train? What is it?
Okay, so we all know the pandemic. The pandemic hit the entertainment part of my industry very hard. So what has happened is that would have put a damper on entertainment for a short space of time, our little 2 years thing. And what we are doing now, we are seeing that everybody is now back alive. So we are seeing people asking back for entertainment. And not only one-off entertainment like when we started back from the pandemic, but now they are asking for more entertainment full-time and long-term. So we are now running out of entertainers that I would have had on cast from before. So I need to now train some more.
Right. I think it would be remiss of me if I don't ask. What is behind the name Baby Thorne?
All right. So I have 3 bigger brothers, and they're all popular people. So instead of anybody knowing my name, they just end up calling me Small Thorne, Little Thorne, or Baby Thorne. And that has been happening for many years. So, and my brothers they're very popular. So I end up having no choice than to say, well, you already know me as Baby Thorne, so I will just leave it as that.
No, I mean, you just mentioned that you have been in this thing for a long time. Just tell us a bit about the history and some of the persons you might have brought out, etc.
Okay, so my studio is one of the longest running studios in Tobago and one of the largest studios in Tobago. I also own Thorne's Place, where we bring artists from Trinidad to do entertainment in Tobago also. We have been doing training from artists like Dynamite, Princess Adana, a lot of different artists that we have been doing. Artists that you all are familiar with. We have done production for all of these artists. We have done trainings for all of these artists. But not only artists, we have done it for people who do speeches, people who go into politics also, and they would like to have some sort of voice training on how to deal with interviews, how to deal with crowds, how to feel comfortable in situations. We do all of that at Baby Thorne Productions.
Right, great. It's a plethora of services you all offer besides singing.
Yes.
What is it that you guys, in terms of singing, do you think that we have on the island adequate, a big enough pool of talent on the island to pass through your thing, or do you think that more should be done?
Okay, so let me tell you what is the funniest thing about that. What I have recognized over a long period of time is that the most of the people who have the best talent they're not financially able to bring it forward.
Right.
So you are exposed to a lot more people who may not be as talented,
Right.
but they are financially able to do studio work
Right.
and production and stuff like that. So my aim is to allow people who are talented but don't have the financial capability or the training or anybody to help them do the training. My aim is to help them to become entertainers, not only entertainers from a studio point of view, but the ability to represent Trinidad and Tobago, because we have done a lot of artists who have represented Trinidad and Tobago on the world stage.
Right.
I've sent 3 artists to the Soca Monarch finals.
Well, if you don't mind mentioning.
So I've sent, this is, I'm not able to call the first two, but the semifinals for sure would be Princess Adana twice and Anderson McPhee, which is, we call him Isaiah. He was in the finals also.
Great.
In the Soca Monarch finals in Trinidad.
Great. But what type of work goes into the training, especially voice training and so on? Can you share a bit about that?
Okay. So the voice training that we do primarily will require you to do a lot of recording. So we do a lot of recording where we record your voice, show you how your voice sounds in the beginning. And after we go through some training, and give you the different skills that you need to know to improve on your voice, improve on your pronunciation, improve on the strength of your voice.
Right, the range and everything.
The range, and to show you how your voice can sound if you put more emphasis, if you give it the better belly control instead of the
throat and the head.
Right.
Yeah.
What do we do? After the recording process, you'll hear yourself from the beginning, and you will hear yourself how you sing as time goes on.
Right. That's good. That's good. And you mentioned about those having the most talent having the least capital to pursue their dream as to become singers, speechwriters, and even entertainers.
Yes.
How do you bridge that gap? How do you bridge that gap with those persons, and how do you find those persons to invest in their talent? Given the fact that you would have mentioned that those with the most talent have the least capital.
All right. So this is what I have seen in my practice. So what I am doing right now is, well, before we would have done ads on Facebook and Instagram, but that would have gotten us more entertainers from Trinidad.
Right.
So from the last campaign that we put out, we had around 50 something odd applications from Trinidad. And from Tobago, around 6 or 7 people.
Right.
And when they call, they're not certain, they're not sure. So we are trying to cast a larger net in Tobago to see if we can get on to more people in Tobago.
Right.
Because we recognize some of these talented people are not online most of the times.
Right.
So we have to do radio, we have to do TV, and we have to do social media in order to cast a larger net to see if you could get more people, and word of mouth. So you may hear about this and you know somebody who can sing. And this is actually a job opportunity. This is not something that we are doing for fun.
Right.
You are going to be able to do this and make a monthly income from this in the long run.
Right. Right. I always had this thought plaguing my mind about a Tobago genre. And I know we have a national genre.
Yes.
But what is your mandate of your studio and what you do to help bring out a Tobago genre? Do you see the need for a Tobago genre?
Okay. So what we also do, we also rent the studio. So we have 2 outlets in the studio that is rentable. At any point in time, you can call 682-8676, 682 Thorne, and you can get your rental space.
Right.
And what we try to do is to allow more Tobagonians to express themselves as producers, because the producers at this time drives the sound of the production in Tobago more than anything. And what we are noticing now is producers are just downloading tracks from YouTube.
Right.
and using it. And when I go and I ask them, well, why you all are doing that? Why are you not producing? They say, well, they don't have anywhere to go.
Right.
And where they're going, nobody wants to help them, or they don't have any finances. It's too expensive.
Right.
Well, we bridge all of that. Our cost is very low. What we try to do is not only help you do your recording and we also train you and stuff like that to improve on your sound.
Right.
So, like the Soca Monarch that went in Tobago just gone, we would have taken up artists, produced them, given them the music, the production, videography, photos, and everything, and placed them into the competitions.
Right.
So we do all of that for you. We help you to get there.
Right. And while I understand the fact that you're trying to meet, the needs, meet those talented persons where they are, I think the important question is, do you profit from this? I mean, because at the end of the day, it's business. If it's not making sense, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Right. So are you losing by this, or are you just wholeheartedly just pouring out your resources in the name of helping Tobagonians?
All right. So in the initial stages, yes. How this would work is if I work with, let's say I work with 13 artists for the season, most likely 3 out of the 13 artists are going to be able to be used as something professional going forward.
Right.
So you will lose a lot of time and a lot of resources will be used up.
Right.
But we understand as a company that is required.
Right.
Because we are not taking from people that are already professional in the industry.
Right.
What we are doing is we are trying to create professionals so they can be able to be used in the long run. So yes, it is a chance. And also what happens sometimes is that artists, as they improve about year, 2 years, 4 years pass, they may feel comfortable to move on their own.
Right.
So yes, it is a losing. Sometimes you can lose from this, but what we aim to do is get the best out of the artists, the crop of the artists at that time, and from that now we can then have these artists do entertainment for us from a professional standpoint. And from a professional standpoint, the organization benefits.
Right. And my final last 3 questions
Sure.
Sorry. Given the nature of the industry in Trinidad and Tobago,
Yes.
Do you see it as an impediment as to why our young talented people are not gravitating to the opportunities to perform on the national stage, the national stage and the international stage?
Okay, so for young people, they follow what they see.
Right.
And at this point in time, radio stations and TV stations don't, in Tobago, as I can say in Tobago, they don't promote music from Tobago as much as they should. Now, it is simple. If you as a young person see more music from Tobago on the radio, you will push towards being a musician also from Tobago. And if you see more people hiring singers and entertainers to do entertainment in any genre around Tobago, you will gravitate towards that as one of the opportunities of financial benefits in Tobago. But right now, you're not getting much promotion on the radio station or the TV station. So it's harder for them to see themselves wanting to do something like that.
Right. Right, and I understand. And my last question before we wrap up is, do you offer outside of, the long-term professional training, do you offer like a subscription service to persons who might just want to do voice training like myself? Because I do a little bit of singing in church and thing, and
yes,
for the little girls and things.
Yes, of course. Baby Thorne Studios, 682-8676. If you call that number, we will be able to assist you as an adult, your child as a toddler. It doesn't matter. Once you are interested in their ability to seriously get into the industry, we will be able to help.
Good. And just rehash Like, how do people get on to you? Who do they contact your studio to for these services you just offered?
Yes, Baby Thorne Studios, 682-8676. You can call that number. It's also the number for Thorne's Place. So if you're in Trinidad and you would like to come over and take part in the subscription of being trained to be an entertainer, production, voice training, anything like that, 682-8676, which is 682-TORN.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of our interview this morning. It was
Thank
a pleasure.
you very much.
Guys, up next we have Luke Trim doing his interview. We have Luke Trim, so remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.